Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and where were we? Commissioning. In December 2015, the singularity happened. On Etsy, Chris offered to create a personalized video message for anyone who paid $50. Many of his fans took him up on the offer, thinking they could become part of Christery by simply handing their money over to him. He received 4 sales within the first 3 days. $200 is not a bad price to pay, although those customers opted for their videos to be unlisted. A few people also chose public videos for their birthday shoutouts. Okay, that's kind of fair enough. After losing his Etsy shop, Chris continued offering video requests through text messages. These videos Chris delivers are categorized as lazy. He has often been late on delivering, missing deadlines for birthday greetings despite having an abundance of free time. Sloppiness. Chris chooses not to edit his takes or look presentable. He has delivered a video featuring an upskirt shot of his maxi pad. Explicitly stating that the content is boring. In many videos, Chris has mentioned his low opinion of his customers, saying things like, whatever, and wow, that's just crazy, I feel like it's weird, whatever, while rolling his eyes. Filling up paid content with the drivel of off-topic rambling. Despite the fact that his videos are advertised as around a minute in length, on average, but can be longer in time length. In spite of these issues, he has a continuing stream of customers. A Kiwi Farms user named Vanilla Cone summed up the mindset of a lot of his review of the $50 paid video he ordered from Chris, which consisted of him being late, babbling to fill up time, failing to spell the recipient's name correctly, and delivering a video 39 seconds long out of the minimum 1 minute. You know what, Chris? I'll say this right now. How hard could it have been for you to have at least looked like you gave a shit? Especially because you needed the money. I just suspect you would have taken this a little bit more seriously than you did. Also, charging 50 quid? That's ridiculous. You know what I would have done, ladies and gentlemen? I'm guessing no one should ever really tell Chris about, Cameo and stuff like that. But if I get to the point where I become worthy, I suppose, to be featured on Cameo, you know how much I would charge? $1 or £1 or €1, exchange rates and all that. I would pay $1 whole if you wanted me to talk to you. You can talk to me pretty much any time through Instagram or even Twitter for that matter. But just for the sake of it, feel free to just drop me something and I'll get back to you. It's simple as that. And I can make it look 10 times more presentable and look as if I gave more effort than Chris could ever imagine. And remember, Chris considers himself a caring individual, but he fails in every single aspect. To be honest, I got what I expected out of the video, and money well spent in my opinion. Are you sure about that? Chris joined Patreon on the 30th of November 2016 as a response to pressure from the financial crisis. He initially set up to beg for money, claiming that he would produce more Sonichu comics if his fans paid off his mortgage and bills. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, I've got an idea. Let me open up Patreon right now. Hold on. Here it is. Found his Patreon, and this is exactly 13 Patreons, and he gets $100 a month. That's a lot less than the last time I checked, anyway. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to just present you to this. Okay, this is Chris's Patreon, creating Sonichu and Rosechu official comic books and products. This is the tier system. $1, no perks, but I will be very thankful for your continued patronage. $1 and you get nothing. $2, nothing. $3, nothing. He has 13 patrons, bear in mind, $100 a month. He's going to be lucky if he gets anything else, and nothing for 4 tiers. He couldn't even be bothered to write in a tier, or for $6 or $8, but he can So the minimum you get if you donate to him at all is $10. And my most grateful thanks for this premium support. First level perk is preview peeks at the individual pages of my book. A few at a time before final publishing. Thank you. So that's just for $10. 20 is book of the month, 50, and there's a $500, which is the most you get. Not that he's ever managed to update this, because I just want to show you this, guys. This is basically the last time he's really sort of like updated his Patreon. It's, what is it right now? Pre-sale of Solitude, the November 24th, 2019. That's the last time he updated this. And if we go to the comments, this sort of be funny. Well, let's just see if... So, are others not receiving their comments? Oh, did Patreons get one for free, or at least a comic? I hope so. I love the comic. I might send out promo cards. You probably shouldn't say might, Chris. You have to either say you are or not. Bruh, I hope this is a fucking joke. Christine, if you don't intend to do the rewards listed on your Patreon page, you need to change them. And notify your patrons before these changes go into effect. I run a Patreon focused on my illustrations. But if I decide to change my focus to animations, then I can't just do that. And keep my previous rewards intact and unfullified. YouTube user Jordan Underneath did something similar with his Patreon, as he changed his focus from game reviews to original short films, and let his patrons know weeks in advance before changing his rewards, tiers, etc, etc. If you want to start focusing on brony content, that's fine, but your Patreon page needs to reflect that you need to give Yarochio the rewards you promised. Or else, you're false advertising, which is illegal, and Patreon will remove your page, which means losing it as a form of income, just like your eBay and Etsy. If you want help, then I can help you. I don't mind helping out fellow artists in my field, but you're acting like a child by ignoring your patron's concerns and any realistic advice. So while others not receiving their comics, etc., I paid for this guy to get a signed copy as a birthday present. And now I feel like I'm being scammed here. I messaged Christine days ago, and she hasn't responded since, but I know she's active on her YouTube. If anyone else isn't receiving the rewards posted, let me know so I can file a complaint and get my money back. Thank you, Heart. Just going by comments, I don't think anyone has actually gotten their rewards. That's not good, Chris. That's really not good. Anyway, he initially set up to beg for money, claiming that he would produce more Sonic comics if his fans paid off his mortgage and bills, because Chris cannot be bothered to do that himself. He has met with low support levels, generally below $40 per month. This suddenly changed around June 2017, picking up momentum after resuming the Sonic comic of his own volition in May. He revamped his Patreon to offer more reasonable support tiers for fans. I'm not sure if he did, because we've just seen that. He has enjoyed a significant uptick in support due to his continued work on the comic, earning around $500 to $600 per month, as his interest in his own comic has abated, and new pages more rarely released. Patreon support has shriveled to about a third of its peak, reforming his backer awards by distinguishing different tiers for every dollar level given have not improved his steady decline in support. Miscellaneous affairs. In May 2016, Chris displayed a level of financial ignorance that shutters any hope of him ever becoming competent with money. I mean, he's never been competent with money, so what's different? Days after begging for donations to assist for his ailing household, he announced that he would be starting his own business, with the declaration that each employee's salary would be 25% of the profit. Naturally, Chris completely fails to realize that under these conditions, he would have no money at all if he had 4 or more employees. However, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Days later, he uploaded a video attempting to go into business with Sega to create official Sonic 2 products. In the video, he demands a 6-figure salary along with full insurance benefits and maternity leave. Actually, you know what? I'm going to find out whether or not, yes, we can. We can actually watch his quote-unquote proposition to Sega. Is a video made on the 14th of May 2016. The video itself is of Chris offering Sega to hold a small amount of control over his creation. You know what? I think it's better if we just watch this and talk later.
you. So let's skip the introductions and get right down to business. You want what I got, but you gotta go through.
I'm gonna have to like turn this up first. Okay, now we could go.
You. So let's skip the introductions and get right down to business. You want what I got, but you gotta go through me and me alone, Christine Weston Chandler, Ruckersville, Virginia, in order to get. And lucky for you, I am open to such an offer of partnership. I would offer you license to my original creation, Saatchi and Rose Chew in the city of Quickville, as well as the world. Yeah, the world and all that. Partnership would come with certain prerequisites. I would remain in creative control of Saatchi and all associated media. I will be the sole owner of Saatchi. Sega's role here would be to expand the Saatchi brand name as well as Rose Chew, and will help produce the various media, including video games, cartoons. These profits would be shared 50% between the two parties. However, I would also need an annual salary and some common employment benefits. My salary for being in the senior management position of the Saatchi product at Sega would be $100,000 a year. I would require a senior title and a preferably corner office, even though I would be working at home. I would also need employees under me to assist with the administrative and creative sides of my Saatchi project. But we will get to those later. Due to my hectic lifestyle, I would need the ability to work from home and when I choose. Also, basic benefits.
Okay, so what I've gathered so far, Chris's quote-unquote demands, let's call them demands, not propositions, is that he works from home, gets the sole title, he gets paid $100,000, he splits it between him and Sega, which I'm not entirely sure how that works, and apparently Chris says his lifestyle is so hectic that he has to work from home. Meaning, what Chris is basically saying in this video is that he demands Sega pays him for continuing to act pretty much the same as before. I'm saying this because that's the tone this video gives off, because Chris, look at this room, ladies and gentlemen. And the way it's laid out, or the fact that Chris has yet to make eye contact, it illustrates very clearly that Chris has one priority, and that's just to get as much money as he possibly can, regardless of how he looks. I mean, let's just continue and I'm going to call these demands, not offers, because that's what Chris pretty much portrays them as.
It's like 401k, health insurance, and maternity leave. Now, let's get down to my immediate step. Due to the normal stresses of everyday life and then some, and since Saatchi is not my only responsibility in my life, I require a secretary to handle administrative duties beneath my pay grade, and a personal assistant who would assist me with my daily tasks, which would typically include the following: running errands, picking up lunch, breakfast, dinner, pet sitting my dogs when I'm on business travel,
How can you have business travel, Chris, if you're only working exclusively at home? Describe to me exactly how that works.
Getting maintenance on the cars and whatever else required therein. Help on taking care of my aging mother, as well as complete in-store pickup of items that I would purchase. I would want to be in charge of selecting the women for these positions myself. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk.
Notice how he says women, and he is... Well, I'd say he's very indifferent to, having a male assistant. Yeah.
About Saatchi with the Saatchi media. I would like you to assist with developing. I would want to be. Yeah, I already said that. I want Saatchi to be as huge as he deserves to be. It's about the high time Saatchi got his own video game so that everyone can live his adventures. I would like to oversee the development team that would create my vision of the Sonichu video game. I would personally test and critique the latest versions of the software until I'm satisfied with the finished product. I would also like you to use your negotiations with Nintendo to have the cast of Sonichu, as well as myself, add to the existing amiibo figure library. I would also need you to help me create several animated Sonichu products. The first and most important of which would be an American version cartoon series. And I would like it to be made by DH.
You know, Chris, let me explain this to you very, very simply. Unless Sonichu becomes successful, there isn't going to be any animated series. There needs to be a demand for a Sonichu. There's reasons why. Oh God, Chris, let me explain something very, very basic to you. I'm going to what I'm going to do one of these days. I'm going to do a very, very big production video of exactly why Sonichu, from a business perspective, would never ever work. From a marketing perspective, why he would never ever work, and from an animated angle, it would never work. And there's a lot of things I want to discuss regarding Sonichu itself, because I want to go through the entire thing in detail, because there is no way, even if somebody really wanted to, or any studio was crazy enough, there's no way that this would come to fruition, and I'll explain why in a future video.
Jess, who makes the little show called My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I'm sure you probably heard of that. And I would personally voice the characters of Sonichu as well as myself. I would like also to have Tara Strong and Monica Rial to voice female characters as well. The art style should be more serious in tone, though, similar to Sonic X, or like similar anime of that type. Right.
Why does he sigh so much? Even when he's... Oh, God. Guys, if I had all the time in the world, I would... Listen, guys, if I was to make a video about every single thing wrong with this proposition, we would be here for very nearly 3 hours. And I might even just be stupid enough to make a video like that anyway. Because I really, really want to emphasize exactly what you are supposed to and what you are not to do. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart because I've been in this position before where I've had to propose ideas to a company. But there are very, very important things you have to understand about what to do before you go ahead and do this. And Chris doesn't know anything at all about business.
For the Japanese market, I would like there to be a Sonichu anime as well, similar to the production of the popular animes. And there could be something for the adult market as well. And I also like a staff site to design and market a bunch of simple Sonichu merchandise such as t-shirts, mugs, hats, lunchboxes, and other novelty items. My fans need the Sonichu product and the gear. I would especially love to partner with a footwear company to make the actual footwear that Sonichu and Rosechu wear. And I look forward to your immediate prompt reply to my offer. Together, let's make Sonichu great again. Thank you very much.
Okay, whatever. You know what? Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, in the future, you are going to see a fully extensive video because I want to make people understand that there's very serious problems with Chris's approach. Very, very serious, that no company in the world would take a chance. On the 24th of November 2016, Chris asked his audience to watch a clip of him playing Skylanders by uploading Quick vs. Chaos, in order to promote the idea of selling his in-game figure to them using the game's Skylanders creation app. He would charge $20 extra for his autograph. He also said, "I am not sharing my creation app chirp." since this would allow people to order directly from Skylanders and cut off Chris's goal of profiteering from his self-image. On the 12th of January 2017, Chris uploaded Skylanders Imaginators leader Christine W. Chandler, random review and stuff, as an hour-and-a-half advertising video, showing off multiple Skylanders products he had ordered. A $15 card and $30 t-shirt and a $50 3D doll, all emblazoned with his avatar image, totaling at least $90. Chris's largest business failure to date followed soon afterwards. Various Skylander avatars products and a Sonchu figure were announced as prizes for a raffle Chris had conceived, to push sales of his stamps. Slated to run from the 27th of March through 31st of April 2017. The cost of entry was buying one of Bob's stamps or Chris's stamp album on eBay, with a limit of 1 entry per buyer. Initially, Chris announced that the winner would receive a Sonchu figure and a Skylanders figure, and 15 runners-up would each receive a Skylanders card. A week later, he added more prizes to the mix: Skylanders t-shirts, which basically means that you would win an awful lot than Chris could afford to pay out. Chris seemed to be banking on the $1,000 album selling, as it was the only scenario in which he could have shown any profit from the raffle. He promised an automatic win of a set of all 3 prizes. His expenditure for the raffle prizes totaled $840. No one bought the album, and less than 15 people participated in the raffle, although a mass buyer had purchased 18 stamps. He was left with a negative profit of $674.24. In December 2020, Chris teamed up with Creator to produce more Sonichu medallions. The medallions are not created by Chris, but he supposedly oversees the design and production of the medallions. The medallions are of noticeably worse quality than those created by Chris, but that hasn't stopped the team from selling over 130 medallions as of the 14th of December 2020. The jointly owned Etsy page can be found here. And we're just going to take a very quick look at this before we... No items listed. I wonder... I don't know whether or not this means that there's nothing sold, but... Or just nothing, you know... By the way, this is... the quality, and look, 7 people have this in their basket. Yeah, I'm going to assume that just something not run by Chris is probably the best idea for this.
Hiya, Jen.
Hello. Simultaneously the worst... Not yet. Simultaneously the worst and greatest thing I own. Bravo. Yeah, I think we could just say that for the very much.